Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about something that's for the end of the year, and that's all of the things that I've done this year that made 2016 great for me, especially for this channel. I'm just gonna get right into it because I know one of the great things I got into this year was Hamilton, and I also got into Halsey this year, and I remember getting into them. Hamilton is the Broadway show, and Halsey is a musical artist. She sings few songs. One of them is called Colors, the other one is New Americana. You know, there's a lot of different ones that she's popular for. But I got into these by watching Whitney over at Woody Novels' Snapchat, and I think that was one of the best things that I ever could have done because, you know, now I'm obsessed with Hamilton and I really like Halsey. So that's like one of the best things that I got into this year. Especially Hamilton, because I actually got to go see Hamilton this year, which was a fun time for me because, you know, I haven't seen a Broadway show in such a long time, and seeing Hamilton just blew it over the top because it was just an amazing experience that I could actually have. Another great thing that happened this year was that I read the A Court of Thorns and Roses / ACOTAR / all that stuff series, and we got to know Reese through that series. I got obsessed with him through that. Also, guys, this was the year that I met J Maas, and that was the first author that I actually met, like, in person at a signing, and it was great to go to a signing because I had never done that before. It was really nice, and, you know, a lot of people online were really nice too. The guy behind me took a picture of me and Sarah, which I can, like, insert over here, and I love her. I got to meet her this year, and it was a great opportunity because I've never ever met an author at a signing before. I met Sarah J. Benacasa at school, my senior year of high school, but, you know, that wasn't at a signing. That was just her talking about her book and talking about things that students asked the questions for. And this time I actually got to stand in line, meet her, take a picture with her, and just, you know, it was a great moment for me as a booktuber because even though that was 8 months ago, like that was amazing. It was an amazing opportunity to actually get to go. Shout out to my dad who actually drove me there after my brother's track meet. So Dad, I don't know if you're watching, but thanks. Didn't have to do that. It was a last minute thing that I had found, and I got to go, and it was a real honor to go and meet Sarah because she is this great author that she's currently writing 2 series. Like, I don't know how one does that. I don't know how an author does that, and I would kill to have some insight about how she does that and her writing process and how she goes through that. And I know there's many videos about that, but I would love to know her process about going and writing and sitting down and actually doing something because I need to learn how to do that. I also started writing a lot more this year, and there have been times where it hasn't been like solely like book related. Like, I basically started writing a lot more fan fiction this year. It's kind of weird that I have starting to write it, but I've been going through because one of my fan fictions is actually like really popular right now on the site that it's on, and I'm very happy about that because nothing's really been that popular. Along the lines of that, I actually got more into superheroes. I got into the Flash more this year, as you can probably tell by me talking about it all the time, and especially this shirt. I actually got into more superheroes, more of the DC heroes. So I got into the Green Arrow, the Flash, you know, all those guys. And then I also got into some of the Marvel people like Iron Man, Spider-Man, the works, and that really made my life take a turn because I didn't know I'd become obsessed with stuff like that. Also tried to read a lot more this year. I set a goal of reading for 100 books, and unfortunately I didn't meet that. I was like 40 books off, but I was in such a weird reading slump in the end of September through like the middle of October, or maybe like the beginning of October. I don't exactly remember, but it was a hard time for me, and I could have read easily 20 or 40 books this year, the rest of this year, because if I didn't go through that reading slump, but I did, unfortunately. And even though I did not hit my goal of reading, I am so proud of myself for reading 60 books this year, because I got to read a lot more books that I normally wouldn't have read. A few of the books that I probably wouldn't have read if I didn't read them this year were probably An Ember in the Ashes by Sabbath Tahir, and Nevernight by J. Kristoff, and Illuminate by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, because those books just, like, they at first didn't really seem up my alley, and then now they are, so I'm pretty happy about that. Another thing that happened this year I am going to mention now, because, you know, I almost forgot to mention it, and, you know, it's just been such a good thing for me. I met Serena and the rest of the Let's Be Mermaids girls this past summer, and, you know, they're awesome. I love them. And me and Serena are really close. And I also started that readathon this year, and that was one of the best things that I could have done, because I've never started that before, and it actually went well, considering it was my first ever readathon, and, you know, weekly update that I actually did. And it was a great time, because I got to make really fun videos, and I got to read really good books that I probably wouldn't have picked up, and that just, it made me very happy to get to know those girls and to meet them on the internet. And when I first met them on the live show, I was very happy, because the two that were on the show, a live show, Serena and can't remember her name. They were both really nice, and I'm glad I got to meet them. Like, I haven't talked to the other girls since we got done the readathon, but I talked to Serena a lot. We text each other every few days, so we're that close, and we're probably going to hang out over like the break. So that's actually pretty fun. That I got to meet new friends over the internet. Even though it may not have been safe, it was one of the best things that I could have done this year, because they are really nice, and, you know, I love them. Is what I've been trying to say this whole time without crying, because, you know, it's an emotional thing, like trying to get to know somebody over the internet and you never met them before. But that's another thing that went well this year. I also, getting back to the writing thing, I started writing a book during NaNoWriMo. I obviously didn't win NaNoWriMo because I got like to 40,000 words, but I did well. I'm still trying to write it. I just came on this break off of it because I felt like I needed to regroup myself after really busy with school. So I took a break, and I definitely needed to get a break off of that so that I could actually regroup and figure out what I wanted to do with this story that I'm trying to tell. And it was actually it's a good experience to have, and it's good to know that Christine over at XT May, or Poem Banana Books, that's what her, XT May is her Twitter, Poem Banana Books, she is doing these writing vlogs that just inspire me even more, and sometimes I do those writing vlogs for you because you guys need to know, or do know sometimes what I'm trying to write. That really did help encourage me to keep writing and keep going because of what goals I needed to meet. So this past semester I have joined a sorority. I never thought I would, but I was thinking about it, and I got the chance to rush a sorority, and it's called Gamma Sigma Sigma, and it's not a traditional sorority. It's more of a, hey, let's do service and have fun. And I joined that sorority, and I love it. I never thought that I thought I would never find people like me, but I have a lot of people who are like me. I have Big, her name is Ashlyn, and Ashlyn's awesome. And I actually have a twin. In a sorority, when you have a twin, it means that you're big, my big Ashlyn, she took another little at the same time as she took me. So her name is Sarah, and Sarah, I love Sarah. She watches Legends of Tomorrow, sort of her boyfriend, like I do. I watched Legends of Tomorrow, and we're really close. And my sweet mate Julia, she's in Gamma Sig too. And my roommate last year, Jess, who you may remember from the roommate tag that we did last year, she's in Gamma Sig too. And I have met a lot of great people from Gamma Sig, especially my quote-unquote aunt, Savannah. I love her because we're basically the same person, and I literally fangirl about everything with her, and she reads too, so I'm just like, hey. Getting back to channel-wise, one of the greatest things I could ever do for this channel was get a tripod, which is what my camera's on now. And I got a new camera because my other camera, this camera, it broke. It broke during, I think, the summer. And I was very upset because I've had this camera for a long time. And it was supposed to be waterproof, but it died when I took it to Atlantis, and I wanted to try and use it. But, you know, it broke and it doesn't work anymore. So I got this new camera after using my computer camera for a long time, before this one came in, or before I had the money to buy this camera. And it was the best investment that I ever could make, because this camera, it helps make my quality better. It makes my channel quality better for you guys. And I'm still trying to figure out how to use this camera and how to make it quality enough, like the greatest quality enough that I could for you guys. But this camera is best. Another thing channel-wise that I've actually gotten to use very well is I've started to edit my videos better and figure out the music aspect and how to edit different things, and I'm very happy about that because I didn't really know how to use iMovie when I first got my Mac for school, and now I know how to use it. I can do many different things with it, and I feel comfortable using it. I'm very happy with how this this reading year turned out for me. I read a lot of books that I never really thought I would, and I met a lot of people that I never thought I would either. Shout out to Serena, because Serena's awesome. Because I found a buddy in her. She's my Flash and Arrow buddy, and I get to fangirl about things with her. And I'm glad that this year turned out the way it did. Just not like news-wise with everything that was going on, especially recently with all of the celebrity deaths. But I'm happy with how my year turned out in the year of YouTube and books, and I hope I have a great year next year, because I want to be the best that I can be for this channel, and I want to be the best that I can be for you guys. So I think I can do that. I just have to put my mind to it next year. I have to, you know, do more things that make me happy for this channel. So this year was the year for the Maximum Ride movie, which I was really skeptical about. We all know my thoughts about that because I have a video on it. And but this was the year where Maximum Ride kind of came alive for me again, and I mean, I was a little disappointed, but I hope that it gets better because Maximum Ride is still my favorite series no matter what, and I just love it, love it, love it, love it, even though the adaptation that we got is a little Oh yeah, it was also the year that the Fever Code came out, and I had feelings, so many sad feelings, because of the way that James Dashner just put all of our characters together, and especially Newt, because we all know Newt's my favorite. I have a picture of him right over there on my board, my cork board, because he's my baby. And getting to see his background, getting to know who he was before the movie is just, it really made my year, because I never thought that I would get anything else from before the time that the base was built. And now we have it, and now I just want to cry all over again because I know how things end with him, and I need just like a solo Newt book. That's all I need. I just need a Newt book about everything, and I will be crying if I get that. This was the year I joined Color Guard, and it was a really, really rough season for me especially, but a lot of people on the team too, because the instructor didn't really care about us that much, or like as much as she should have, and you know, it was rough for me because it was just my first year and I didn't know anything, and she expected me to know everything by the time I got there, and I was like, but eventually, after a lot of hard work and practice after rehearsal or practice, I became better and better. And you know, sure, at the end of the season, she didn't recognize that because while everyone else was getting awards, we got socks. I think I did better, and it makes me want to join next year because I want to get even better. I want to know even more things that I could be taught and learn and put together in a routine, and no matter what that instructor says, I will get better, and it only works with a lot of practice. So that's exactly what I've done, is I'm getting a lot of practice, and I can't wait for next semester or next year, because this year it really pushed me to do better, and I can't believe how much better I've gotten at it, and I want to get better at a lot of things, so thanks for pushing me. Another good thing that happened this year was I moved into this house. I helped my dad find this house this year, and we moved in at the end of March, or maybe the beginning of March, I can't quite remember, and when we moved in, my dad said that he would get his friends to build me bookshelves, and so I have those lovely bookshelves right over there, and I love them so much. Even though I'm not gonna have a lot of room left, but I'm gonna use what I can and try and buy myself another bookshelf one day. But anyway, I love this house. I love my bookshelf, I love my room, I love the way this house turned out. I love this house has a pool. Like, I'm not bragging, it's just I love this house because I felt like I picked it out all on my own with my dad, and it felt like a really great adult thing to do, which was actually pretty fun. So yeah, that was another good thing that happened this year that I'm very happy about, because if I didn't have this house, I probably would be in the other one and making really crappy videos. Well, let's be honest, I will be making really crappy videos. So I am actually really happy with how this year turned out, and I hope to meet more people like Serena and everyone else on the Let's Be Mermaids chat. Hit me up, guys, if you want to come say hi. And I really hope that this year turns out, or next year turns out better. So that's all for today. My name is Olivia, you're on Bookish Broken Science channel, and I hope to see you soon with another video. Happy New Year. Bye!